Hey everyone, my name is Marcy Anderson Evans, and I am a registered dietitian and nutrition therapist in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a long history on my blog of writing about things that I love and things that I do not love. The things that I love are products that I call it a product showcase, so showcasing the things that I think are pretty fabulous. And then I have a list of product no cases, things that I do not think are worth your time or money. So you can go to my blog and look at the tag if you're interested in looking at the things that I've published in the past. So I have a few things that I want to share with you today in light of it being fall weather, at least here in New England. We're sort of transitioning to fall. And I have to tell you, last weekend I was fighting a cold off and I came out victorious. I was able to beat my cold and stay healthy and not have to miss work and enjoy my weekend. I was really grateful for that. And so on the heels of this recent victory, I wanted to share with you a couple of things that I really love. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is this product. It's a ginger soother that I bought at Whole Foods. And I can't remember how much it cost me. It's a little bit on the expensive side. It's at Whole Foods. So I don't know, maybe it was $2 or $3. But I'm telling you, in my experience, that the moment I notice that I'm about to come down with something or I think I'm coming down with something, I will load up on ginger tea. And what I love about this ginger soother is that I do have to warn you, it is extremely strong. It is loaded with a ton of fresh ginger. And when you look at the ingredient list, it's filtered water, honey, ginger juice, and lemon juice. And you can drink it cold, you can drink it hot. It's a very strong ginger tea, but it is incredible at helping to fight off the colds. So there's some interesting research, and also going back for, thousands and thousands of years in terms of people who've used more natural remedies to cure things like aches and pains and other stuff, that ginger has been used in many ways. It's used to strengthen the immune system. It's used as an anti-nausea treatment. It's used to fight off bacteria. So a lot of different uses. You can actually do some Google searches and find out some cool and interesting things about the ways in which you can use ginger. I have found it to be key in warding off when I feel like a cold is coming on. You can certainly do your own version of it. I'm not going to be the best guide for that. I read an article that said boiling up about 2 tablespoons of fresh ginger in some boiling water is a good start. I have to tell you, I've done a couple of experiments on my own of doing my own versions of like a homemade ginger tea, and I seem to err on the side of either way too weak or way too strong. So you'll have to kind of do some measurements and play around with it yourself, but doing some fresh ginger water with some honey and some fresh lemon juice is an incredible way to stave off a cold. And I will do that, I will say, in tandem with zinc. And there's some really solid research that shows that zinc is incredibly effective at shortening the duration and symptoms of your cold. So the moment that you feel a cold coming on, my top 3 recommendations are drink some ginger tea, load up on your zinc. You can go, and I'm not a fan of any particular product, so I'm not getting any kickbacks here, but I tend to use Zicam, the lozenges that you just put in your mouth, and then sleep. Sleep is probably the most important ingredient, so stopping what you're doing and rest immediately. And hopefully we can all stay as healthy as possible as, you know, the leaves are turning and we're making that transition into colder weather, and sometimes more cold and flu bugs are going around. So wishing you my best, sending you my best to keep you healthy and happy this season as the weather is changing. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you that I feel like it's something that I eat year round, but it's a really nice dish for fall because it's warm and cozy, and I think the flavors are so amazing, is this product from Trader Joe's, which I think is absolutely incredible. It's greens, beans, and grains, and it's in their freezer section, so you can just buy it in the frozen section, heat it up, takes a few minutes, and I am astounded at how delicious this meal is. It is probably my favorite thing from Trader Joe's right now. And it's a really nice balance of fat, protein, and carbohydrate, good solid source of fiber. And the ingredient list is just really straightforward. They don't add in a bunch of unnecessary stuff, which I love. It is a little bit on the light side that I would say for a meal. So you're gonna need to add some things to it. So if you're someone who needs a little bit more protein, add some grilled chicken. It would be phenomenal if you roasted up some if you cut up some broccoli and some tomatoes and spread that with some olive oil and roasted that, you could add that into the mix. You can easily add in a glass of milk on top of it. So whatever you feel like you're needing in terms of taste and in terms of nutrition, I'd encourage you to add on at least 2 sides to kind of round it out and make it a complete meal. But I have to tell you, I think it's absolutely fantastic. And you guys know that I'm a huge fan of Trader Joe's. I'm always talking about Trader Joe's. Their stuff is reasonably priced, and a lot of nutritious stuff. So check out the greens, beans, and grains. Let me know what you think of it. And then this brings me to the product that I am not loving. And maybe I should have started out with this so I'm not kind of ending on a negative note. I don't know. But I received in my inbox, as I often do, an email from a local yoga studio that was doing a promotion for the month of September, 30 days of yoga in 30 days. I hate this promotion. I think it's ridiculous. I don't have time to get to the yoga studio 30 times in 30 days. I truthfully, self-disclosure, don't get there on a weekly basis. I wish I did. So the idea that you're going to go to yoga 30 times in 30 days, I think is completely unrealistic. And it tends to fuel this kind of obsessive attitude towards physical activity or exercise, or just making habit changes in general, that just feels too extreme to me. The research on exercise is really clear that if you do something too intensely at too high of a level and you go too extreme with it, it predicts burnout. You're not going to stick with it. So trying to incorporate habit changes that are a lot more moderate and sustainable. It also bothers me because I feel like these studios and gyms, and there are lots of ways these kind of offers come up, is really kind of using this capitalistic economy, which we're in. I know I'm a fan of capitalism, but it's this capitalistic economy and drive that it's really a business motive, right? They're trying to get people in the door. They know people aren't going to be coming for 30 times in 30 days. And so that really bugs me. And I find that when people sign up for these things, they immediately start to feel guilty because they start missing days. And so it sets up for this really black and white thinking as it relates to exercise, the idea that it has to be all in or not at all, when in reality, we'd all be a lot better off and a lot healthier if we were working on making more moderate changes to improve our health. So, I'm all for yoga. I'm all for physical activity, incorporating it in a way that is mindful and thoughtful and moderate and not going to these extremes. So the next time you get an email on 30 days of yoga or 30 days of whatever in 30 days, you can think of me and let it go, and perhaps use it a moment of pause and think about maybe there are some other changes you want to make, but you don't need to guilt yourself into doing something so extreme that's probably not going to be manageable anyway. So that is a review of my product showcases and no case. And I would love to hear your thoughts. So write something in my comment section on my website, and let me know some of the things that you're loving or things that you're not loving, because I'd love to hear your ideas. Alrighty, hope you have a great day, and thanks for listening. Bye.